being willing to displease other people is the only way to create true connection, love, and acceptance. And we're talking about being willing to displease others. Doesn't mean you have to displease others, of course, but if you're not willing to displease people inside relationship, that means to some degree you're more invested in pleasing them in order to get true connection, love, and acceptance. And the moment you try to please other people to get love, connection, and acceptance is the moment you abandon yourself. And when you are not fully free and present in a relationship, then that isn't true connection, love, and acceptance, because where are you? There is an adaptive form of you, a shape-shifted version of you that's present in that relationship, that's getting the connection, the love and acceptance by being what somebody else wants you to be or what you think they want you to be. And if we step back from that, it makes complete sense. And so many of us have done this, where we have decided at a subconscious level, not a conscious level, a subconscious level, we have decided that it is safer and better to be what people need us to be in a moment, so that they're happy, so they like us, so that they will show us love, acceptance, so we can be bonded because we have a primitive need for connection, love, and bonding and acceptance. And many of us, at a very young age growing up, decided that people being displeased with us is risky, bad, and wrong, leads to painful and hurtful outcomes. And so naturally, we developed really smart coping strategies that said, I must never be in a situation where people don't like me, displeased with me, because it, in our minds, is conflict and bad. Unfortunately, it is impossible for you to be in this world and for other people to always be pleased by you. You will naturally, being your full, beautiful, magical unicorn self, displease many, many, many people. Because we are not all designed to like everybody and be friends with everybody. And the kicker is, inside your friendships and even inside your family of origin, your beautiful, liberated, fully expressed, natural self showing up fully, not trying to please people, just being you, doing you, following your natural flow and vibe, will be displeasing to some of those people. And again, when we're younger, that's not a problem. That works for us. We have it as a coping strategy, as a get by, get through mechanism for survival. And if you grew up in a really difficult upbringing and a difficult environment, it was the smartest thing your smart little self could have done for you. Because when you please people and you don't be your full self, you don't say the wrong thing, wrong in quotations, you say the right thing, you do what people want you to do, you be who they want you to be, then things go a lot easier. You're not rocking the boat. You're not getting a raised eyebrow from a parent or an authority figure. You're fitting in. And when you're fitting in, no one's looking at you, no one's judging you, no one's telling you off, or in extreme situations, no one's harming you. The problem, of course, is we're growing adults and our operating system, kind of like a computer, our operating system inside of us at a subconscious level, not just in your psychology, but in your emotional state and in your energetic state, your energetic body, including your nervous system, is wired to continue the pattern. Which is why when you go into relationships with people, you fully intend that you're not going to be small anymore, and you're not going to shrink anymore, and you're not going to hold your tongue or be silent anymore, and you are yearning and craving and screaming out inside to fully be yourself and say the things you want to say and have your needs be heard and do the things that matter to you. And then you show up and you don't, because your wiring is not wired for it. And so we have to understand that in order for us to show up and be different, we have to start rewiring ourselves at multiple levels within. so we can feel safe and we can prioritize to fully be our free self. I want you to think for yourself right now about some of the reasons that you might be unwilling to displease other people. Really think about it. Because at the surface level, a lot of people will say, well, no, I'm not just going to live my life to please other people, but look at what you do on a micro level in your daily life around your family of origin, around your partner, around your children, around your friends, around your boss, around your social network, on social media. Watch the nuances and the subtleties of how you self-adjust yourself to avoid anyone's displeasure, judgment, non-acceptance. And what is really interesting is a complete flip on this whole idea of growing up with a sense of I need to please people, I need to make sure there's no conflict, I don't want to displease anyone because that means no love, no acceptance, no bonding, no connection. The flip on it is this: adapting yourself and pleasing people and avoiding displeasing them so you can get love, acceptance, and belonging is not love, acceptance, and belonging. It is conditional acceptance because you're showing up the way people want. And if that's the case, then your natural self, you will never know. You'll just never know if you can have true connection and true acceptance and true love and true belonging with those specific people, because you're not letting them see you. And if you did show up as your truest, fullest, expressed self, and we rewired you to feel safe to do that, which we can absolutely do, then you would actually see if true acceptance, love, and connection and belonging inside that relationship or those relationships generally is possible and there, because it's not always. Sometimes when we do show up and fully let ourselves be seen and be who we are, it's met with people that are not pleased. And that's okay. That's the natural evolution. We have to be willing to be authentic and allow the cards to fall where they may, and let people show us who they are going to choose to be in interaction with the truest version of ourselves. And the most beautiful thing about it is this: when you allow yourself to do this, anyone who is not aligned to you and is not willing to evolve with you and come on this journey, and they don't have to like it, they don't have to like every aspect of you, they don't have to be in full celebration, but it is about, well, I don't agree with you, but I'll accept you. And I don't like what you're choosing in your life, but I love you, despite the fact you're making choices in your lifestyle or career or money or whatever it is that you're doing that I don't like. Very common with family of origin, right? Grandparents, parents, siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles. If you have a different way of being encoded in you and you want to live a different way and they're all not getting it, then that's okay. And then you have to be free to be you. And they can be displeased with it, but they can still choose to accept you as you are and to love you as you are, or not. And the flow on is this: guess what happens when you're fully free and you're willing to displease people in order to create true connection, love, acceptance, and belonging? You will magnetize to you entire new realms of people, because when they're able to see you and they're able to hear you and they're able to receive your energy, they will know that you're their person, and you will know that they're your person, whether it's socially, friends, work, or intimate relationship. And so the question that I pose to you today is, are you willing to displease other people? See the looks on their faces, hear their judgy words, sense their resistance, sense their displeasure, maybe their condescension, whatever it is they've got going on in their world over there. Are you willing for that? In order to A, truly be yourself and be free. And two, to see if there is actual true connection and belonging and acceptance here. And to know that that gives them an opportunity to come with you as you evolve into this more expressed true you. And also that you're going to bring in, not to replace, to add in to your circle of relationships in your life, even more beautiful people, because you'll finally be seen and be heard for who you really are. And that is the benefit of taking the risk of displeasing people when you let yourself shine. Now, bonus side note before we finish off this video is this challenge that people often have where they'll adapt themselves to get love, acceptance, belonging, and connection, abandoning oneself in the process, is sometimes coupled up with another issue. And that issue, no great surprise, is an inability to be with other people's upset. So if someone else is unhappy, is angry, is hurt, it becomes like in the cells of your body super uncomfortable to be in their presence. And that can go for when you think you are the cause of it, like I've been myself, I said this, I did this, I want this, I'm going in this direction. I have caused their upset, and I find it very painful to be with other people's upset. But also, this will typically also show up when people in general in your life around you are unhappy, upset, or angry, and your immediate go-to is, what have I done? Instead of thinking they might be having a bad day, or something else is going on in their psyche, emotional system, and their complex web of humanity, the immediate go-to is, oh, what have I done? And how am I going to fix this? As if in some way you could be responsible for the feelings in another person's body, which of course you absolutely can't. So that is another thing that can be going on. So if that is also something you're experiencing, just know again that that is also closely coupled and interwoven with this issue that we've been talking about today, and is also commonly linked to earlier life experiences when it's painful to be with our parents' upset, our parents' anger, our parents' emotional issues. Whether we're the cause or not, we typically try to do what we can to adapt ourselves to make our space peaceful and happy and calm by changing who we are in order to make that possible, right? So if that's going on for you, have a lot of love and compassion for yourself. And as I said earlier, all of this is fixable, but we have to understand that we've been coded in our system. We've grown up and we've become wired at multiple layers within us in a way that helped us then but doesn't help us now. So we want to be able to repattern ourselves at those various layers within, okay? I've got a free guide, I'll put a link below this video, that describes what I call the 5 layers of personal transformation. It's part of my Activate Your Power protocol, and it's understanding how we're wired at those layers and shifting and recoding all the layers inside of ourselves so we can break free and experience ourselves and our life at a whole new liberated level outside of these old patterns and old pains and ways of being. So you can grab that up the link below. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm excited to see you again soon. Make sure you hit the bell notification so you hear when the next video comes out. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again really soon.